This week on Steel Horse Thunder, it's just that simple. We go up north for the Road Construction Awareness Ride.
Driver came through the job site going about 70 miles an hour, hit my son and another worker for Reith Riley, and they were killed instantly while they were working.
And we're at Heavy's Bar and Grill for the Savannah Strong Ride.
My daughter passed away over 3 years ago from carbon monoxide poisoning. She was a passenger with her boyfriend. They both had 50% of carbon monoxide, and she passed away and her boyfriend survived.
All that and much more this week on Steel Horse Thunder. She might beat me up.
Steel Horse is brought to you by Leidendorf Law, with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases.
Now, Crambo's isn't just paint. It's your one-stop shop for motorcycle gear, parts, and service. Crambo's, voted the Indy A-List #1 motorcycle shop 2 years running, has expanded with the state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment for tuning your fuel-injected Harley and a new paint facility to make your bike stand out from all the others. Crambo's also has a new retail area complete with leather, chrome, audio, and all your parts and service needs. Crambo's, voted #1 for a reason.
This is a standard lawyer commercial. This is a dramatic shot of me walking down the hallway. This is a stage scene of me talking to clients, even though they're not actual clients. This is the closing shot in my office, where I say my catchphrase, looking professional and confident. Look, all lawyer commercials are the same, but not all lawyers are the same. Leidendorf Law has been involved in the motorcycle community for over 35 years, with many more years to come. Leidendorf Law, like family, because we are.
Hey man, it's a beautiful Sunday morning way up on the north side of Indianapolis. Cindy, what's going on today?
This is the Road Construction Awareness Ride, and if you're ever out on the roads, know that there's construction workers. Watch out for them.
Exactly. This is going to be a big ride, and with a big ride comes a big sponsor, 36 Saloon out in Rockville, Indiana. This is Indiana's premier motorcycle destination. If you haven't rode out to the 36 Saloon yet, you need to get on the stick and go do it before the riding season's over, because this place is amazing. Well, Cindy, why don't we go find the amazing people that are putting this ride together and find out exactly what's going on.
Let's go.
Well, Channa, it's 2018. We have the Road Construction Awareness Ride. There's kind of a big reason why you're involved with this. Can you share a little bit of your story?
I can. In 2014, my son was working on Interstate 69, which is actually just right down the road from where we're at today, working a night shift, and a driver came through the job site going about 70 miles an hour, hit my son and another worker for Reith Riley, and they were killed instantly while they were working. This event started that same summer. The first ride was August 14th, and a bunch of our friends, Tom Russ, namely, he arranged the first ride, and we've done this every year since then to raise awareness. We've used the money that we make off the ride to buy the signs that you guys see on the interstates, magnets that are on all the working trucks that say, slow down, stay safe, we're all in this together. We have money that we give from our 50-50 every year that we give to anybody that in the previous year had an accident, was injured, and unfortunately there continues to be fatalities in the construction zones. It's a big deal. It's very important to us. These people come out every year and support our cause. It means a lot to them. We have a great day today. We're supposed to have beautiful weather, and we're here to raise awareness.
And I think it's working because I live down by Bloomington, okay? So I live off of 37. So we've had construction for the last 5 years down there. Sure. And I can honestly say, over the years, I have noticed people actually driving slower and doing the proper speed limit in the work zones. As before, everybody was doing 90 miles an hour anyway, whereas you just don't see that as much now. And I really do think the word is getting out. That's great.
That's great to hear. You know, people drive through construction zones, they're in a hurry, they have somewhere to be, and they don't realize that the 5 extra minutes they're getting down the road could mean someone's life. And it does. You know, we've been directly impacted by that. And that's our cause, trying to get out to the motoring public that these guys are out there working. It's their job. They're not trying to inconvenience you. You just slow down, take a couple extra minutes. If you're 5 minutes late getting where you're going and everybody gets to stay safe, then we've all won.
So, Michelle, we're here at the road construction ride today, and your husband was actually hit by a vehicle while he was on the road?
Yes, he was. His accident happened 2 years ago.
What exactly did happen?
He was working with a paving crew up in Lafayette, Indiana, and he was on the shoulder of the road. Someone coming through a construction zone with the morning glare of the sun swerved to keep from hitting one of the trucks, and when she swerved out onto the shoulder, she hit him from behind.
You know, and it's so hard when you have that, when the sun comes in the window. There are times where it is literally, you cannot see anything. And I know it was an accident, but that's the reason we need to slow down on the roads, especially this time of year, because there's so many roads being worked on. Had he been doing this for a long time?
Oh, yes. He had been working as an operator for the local 103. And so he worked lots of different types of construction, not always with a paving crew. A lot of times it was land development. But wherever they needed him, that's where he was at. And probably 25 years or so.
So what is his diagnosis? Will he be able to walk again?
They don't know for sure. They've told me that with traumatic brain injuries, it can take up to 2 years before you know what a traumatic brain injury patient's full recovery might be, but they can still continue to progress after that. And he does continue to progress. We go to therapy 3 days a week. That's in Indianapolis. And then we also have a speech therapist that comes to the house 3 days a week.
All right, Janet, you are a regular at Thursday Night Bike Night, and so it's almost like if I didn't show up to this ride here, I would have been in a lot of trouble. I know you spend a lot of time promoting this ride and everything else. Man, you got great weather today.
It's going to be a perfect day.
Yeah.
It's going to be perfect. We had a little bit of rain last year. This is the 5th year, and I wouldn't have missed it for the world. Yeah, thanks for coming. Thank you.
And why are you so involved in this?
I work for a company. I work for Laura Kopetsky Triax, and we run trucks. And we had a fatal injury about 10 years ago, and it just struck me. It's dangerous. What we do out here is dangerous. These guys are in the road every day, and people just take it for granted that mom and dad are going to come home. So these guys shouldn't have to die because they go to work every day, and we just want to raise awareness and make everybody realize that they need to slow down and save a life because we're all in this together.
Hey, man, we're sitting in our Adirondack chairs, so we must be in the Adirondack Mountains just getting ready to go do a little fishing or something, huh?
Right, for sure.
All right, so I see you just sitting here nice and comfortable and cool, getting ready to do the road construction awareness ride.
I am, but I'm not that cool being from California. The humidity's great out here.
Yes, that is true. So what brought you out to do this ride?
My friend Rob invited me and had the day off today, so said to myself, why not?
It's just that simple. Somebody invites you, you have the day off, you go ride. I mean, it's just kind of common sense, isn't it?
I would say so.
Yeah. All right, we're here at 2018's Road Construction Awareness Ride. What brought you out for this ride?
My husband, he's a worker for Reith and Riley.
How nerve-wracking is it for you to know all the different accidents that we've had in the road constructions?
Very. He was on I-69 a couple nights ago, actually, and we have 6 kids, and it's just scary. So
you have 6 kids, and they're just expecting dad to come home every day.
yeah, you're gonna make me cry. Yeah.
So have you done this ride before then?
Yeah, we did it 2 years ago for the first time, and then we just had 2 babies. So I've been pregnant the last 2 years. So this is our 2nd year doing it.
Well, when you're pregnant and stuff, people people kind of give you a break when you're pregnant, right?
You guys put on a lot of different rides, and you have a new facility here, so tell me about that.
Yeah, we have a new facility. We moved in January of this year. We've had a few events here so far this year. It's much smoother, much better here because we're in Fishers. We've got almost twice the amount of parking lot, almost twice the amount of building. We're on a dead-end street, so therefore we can pretty much provide what's needed to put on a really nice, large event. We've got a patio area, we've got an inside little bar area, got a beer and wine license. So we are set up now to do better job at events. That was our goal when we built the building, and it's worked very well so far.
You know, you kind of turn heads when you pull in on your bike. Tell me a little bit about this machine.
It's a 2000 Hayabusa, stretched just a little bit. Got a small little tire on it, and a little bit of paint work, and like to have fun.
Dude, I'm telling you, this is quite the machine right here. It always amazes me whenever I see you. There's always going to be a pretty awesome motorcycle underneath you. So it's just always cool. And again, everybody thinks these charity rides are just for Harleys, and it's like it's not just a cruiser thing. You know what I mean? It's like it's motorcycles, and I think it's pretty safe to say this motorcycle would probably be ahead of everything else that's in this field.
Could be, but I'll stay at the back or in the middle, where they put me.
So you behave yourself while you're on the ride?
I try.
Yeah. Hey, it's Thursday Night Bike Night. I'm here with Dan Yohe. He's the official realtor of Steel Horse Thunder. You know, Dan, we got a chance to meet you a few weeks ago. Tell me a little bit about the services that you provide.
Well, obviously, I'm here to help represent anyone, whether you're looking to buy the home of your future or to sell the current home that you're in. I'm happy to answer any questions that anybody has for me. No obligation at all. And if you want to know what your home's worth, happy to help you with that. If you have questions about inspections or what to get prepared for, I'm happy to help you with that as well.
Good deal. And I know we see you out here at Bike Night quite a bit. I know you're going to be at some of the rides this year, and you're pretty easily approachable. And so when you see Dan out there, if you got some questions, make sure you stop by and talk to him.
Absolutely.
The attorneys at Leydendorf Law have over 100 years of experience in personal injury and wrongful death litigation. Call us at Leydendorf Law. Leydendorf Law, like family, because we are.
Bobby, you are the featured woman rider for Southside Harley Davidson. I absolutely love your bike. Tell me about this bike.
This bike I got when I started riding. I took a bait and decided to do a little one at first, and it fit me, so I went for it. It's a 94 a soft tail hugger.
And how you said you learned to ride going through the A-bait course?
Yes, sir, ma'am.
And what made you start riding?
I rode all my life with my late husband, and when he passed, it was either do or die, and I decided I'm doing it.
That's awesome. So how long have you had this bike?
3 years, about 3 years.
Do you have any plans to do anything to it?
I do. I'm going to put highway bars on it and a backrest and a luggage rack, and yeah, I'm going to pimp it out.
Way to go. I love the color of this paint. Did you have this done, or was it already like this?
It was like that, and that's gold leafing. It's not a stencil, so it's very rare. I've never seen one like it. I've seen a million bikes, and that's what caught my eye. It changes colors. You never have the same, so you don't get bored.
Great. I love it. It's a beautiful color. So do you have any plans to go on any long rides on this bike?
We have lots of plans, and I can't wait.
So where are some of those destinations?
Sturgis. I'm destined to Sturgis in a year or two, so that's my big plan.
Well, that's great.
That, just local. There's so many local places here in Indiana. We ride all the time. Ohio, Kentucky. So the daily rides we do a lot.
That's awesome. How many miles have you put on this bike?
Oh, about 8,000 in 3 years.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Well, you know, I love your bike. I love that you're a woman rider. Today's going to be a great day. Go out and enjoy all the miles you can on this bike.
Thank you. It's in honor of my nephew, Cody DeMoss. Thank you.
Thank you.
Motorcycle riders want the freedom of the open road. Unfortunately, other motorists often do not give riders the proper attention the law requires. Call us at Leydendorf Law. Like family, because we are.
Vince, what do we have to look forward to this year with Flat Out?
Man, I'm trying to do something every weekend. Even if it's not a big, huge event, I just want people to have some place to go. Because I know sometimes I get on my bike and I'm like, where am I going to head? You know what I mean? So just about every Saturday, check our Facebook page.
Flat Out Motorcycles. There's something on the Prince every Saturday, either an open house or an event. Today, our Indian Motorcycle Ride group met up here with some people that weren't involved in the group, and they rode up for the Run for the Sun up in Anderson.
Obviously, you have this beautiful Indian showroom floor that you guys have here, but there's so much more than that here at Flat Out.
There is. I mean, Kawasaki, Yamaha for your street bike stuff. If you've got, if you play in the mud or you got a farm, we got the Polaris, the Can-Ams. I mean, there's really something here for everybody. It doesn't have to be just motorcycles. You've got other hobbies that involve power sports, it's here.
Hey man, it's Saturday. We're up here at Heavy's Bar and Grill in Canby, Indiana. Cindy, what's going on today?
This is Savannah Strong's ride, and she passed away from carbon monoxide. They're bringing awareness to it, so it's a good cause.
I agree. So let's go find her parents, and we're going to find out a little bit more about Savannah and about what this ride's doing.
Well, Wendy, we're here at this ride. This is for your daughter. Tell me what all happened.
My daughter passed away over 3 years ago from carbon monoxide poisoning. She was a passenger with her boyfriend. They both had 50% of carbon monoxide, and she passed away and her boyfriend survived.
I know that you are going to try to get a law. Is it going to be called Savannah's Law? What is the law about?
The law is in the state of Indiana for any fire department. You can go to any fire department, get your car tested. It takes less than 10 minutes, and it's free.
That's pretty good because I've never heard of it before. I mean, I know that people have died of carbon monoxide. My husband actually, he had carbon monoxide from work.
Right.
And got really sick.
Yeah, he shared that story with me. I'll never forget it.
So you guys have been coming up to Bike Night and sharing the ride. I see a lot of people out here today, which is great. This is your slingshot, and I see that you guys have a picture of Savannah on the motor. Did you get that painted?
Yeah, one of our slingshot members, he used to paint Harleys. Now he does slingshots, and he personalized that with the butterflies, and it took him 15 hours? 15 hours.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in Savannah's case, they didn't even detect that it was coming into the car, right?
Neither one of them knew. They both were having the same symptoms, headaches, and but teenagers, they get in, they drive in, his car was not, I knew what my daughter drove in, and I was okay with that. The investigation was over 2 months long, and when they came back, I knew that he didn't intentionally kill her.
Right.
And I just knew my gut. Something like I told my husband, something happened in that car. Mm-hmm. And then it came out as carbon monoxide.
And is it because of a rusted pipe or whatever that happens that it gets into the car?
Yeah.
And that's where we think that it needs to be law to have an emissions check. Mm-hmm. That way, most parents buy their kids cars that are 10, 15 years old.
Right.
They may be putting them in a death trap because the exhaust could have holes in it, underneath the body could have holes, and it's just going to seep right into the vehicle and be recirculated with the air conditioner and the heat.
All right, so Wendy, we're back here at the registration table. You guys are kind of busy back here, but how'd you get involved in all this?
Well, Savannah's my niece, so of course I'm going to be involved in any way that I can. Her dad is my brother, and then her mom, of course, is my sister-in-law. Same name. Yes. And my husband's name's John, so.
Wow. So you were really messing with your folks, weren't you?
Yes. So I'm Big Wendy because she's so little. So that's how we distinguish.
That is hilarious, actually. So how are things going this morning? I know it's still a little early, too.
It's still early, and it's going great. We have a stack of registration here. A lot of people are giving extra donations, buying raffle tickets. We're really pleased with the way the turnout's coming.
All right, man, we're out here at Savannah Strong Ride, and, a lot of the American Legion's out here and everything else. What's the story with you guys with this ride?
John Bettis and I went to high school together. So I've known John for a long time, and as a father myself, I can't imagine losing your only child. So I got together with him last year to try and put this together, just kind of further his cause, because I knew that they were trying to do the Savannah law and whatnot. And I just said, you ever thought about the biker community, you know? And he's like, no, I hadn't. So we put together the ride last year, and it was a huge success. And then this year, it was just a no-brainer to put it together. So yeah, John and I have known each other a long time, and I love the guy, I love Wendy. They've been through a lot, and we just, this is what we do. We support people.
So Andy, I know that you did a tremendous work at getting funds and helping the family. Can you tell me about all the stuff that you did?
Yeah, in the beginning, when Savannah passed away, my family and I, we were on vacation in Florida. My daughter worked with Savannah at McAllister's, and we took these orange bracelets. We purchased these and sold these for the family, and came back from our vacation early, and in one day we were able to raise just over $10,000 to give to the family that paid for the funeral, and then they took rest of the money and put it in the fund for scholarships for future students in the choir department. Been with the family since day one. John and Wendy didn't know me, but I only have a daughter, and I can't imagine losing your only child. And just try to be there along the way. They wanted to create a law, worked with our Senate, and we got a law created. Senator Mike Delp actually will be here, and but we got a law created where it's not mandatory. It's a voluntary test of your vehicle just to make sure the cabin is safe. The department is completely safe of any thing that might affect the body to make that person pass out carbon dioxide poisoning. We're a nation of freedoms. And that having this here as a voluntary test is very important for people to really realize that. We're not forcing anybody to do anything. But as our cars get older, we start replacing exhaust systems. And as you start replacing them, those pipes crack and rust out. And in turn, we just want to make sure you're safe. And so you can come to now in the state of Indiana, you can go to any fire department that is doing the testing, and they can test the vehicle free of charge. And here in Indianapolis, you can come to Wayne Township, anywhere. You can come to Wayne Township Fire Department. You can call us at 246-6000, and we will test the vehicle at the time that you choose. We'll meet you and test it. I mean, we make it as easy as we can for the people that own the car.
That's awesome. I'm glad you guys do this. And again, I want to say thank you so much because you stood up for this family, came home from your vacation, went out and sold these bracelets, gave them $10,000, over $10,000 to help them pay for a funeral. Nobody expects to lose their child, and for them to have to lose their child to something that could have been, taken care of, but didn't even know about it. So thank you so much for all that you've done for them. Thank you for being able to be at the fire department and checking for other cars that help other people.
You bet. We're all family. We all got to take care of each other. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, Jesse, here we are at Savannah's ride. I can't even imagine what's going through your mind on this day. How are you doing?
I'm doing real good. It's everything around me that's making it go great. It's the people, the support that's making it real easy with everything. So I'm doing pretty good, all things considered.
And how are you doing physically? Because I know you had a lot of that carbon monoxide poisoning and stuff as well, and I know sometimes some of that can linger for quite a while.
Yeah, that's the thing. I had to go after the hospital. After I got out, I had to go back, test. Everything came out fine. I'm doing great. So other than the hip, everything's fine.
Well, that's good, because I do know that can linger. I know I had a small bout with it myself when I was working at a sawmill, and we didn't know what it was at first until the next employee the next day when I couldn't make it back to work. That's when we found out about it, and I know it's just a very, very dangerous thing. Like you said, the people around you today make it a little easier. There's quite a crowd out here.
Yeah, that's all of it. That's the crowd. That's what keeps you going, and you want to just keep going because of the people here supporting you. That's all it is. It's just being strong for everybody else because they're giving you the most support you've ever had. Giving you the most points.
And that's the thing. That is, it's amazing when you get around the right people that are there to help you get through things. And the fact that you're standing here and you guys are making a stand to try to make sure this same thing doesn't happen to somebody else in a way that kind of keeps keeps the positive memories going.
Yes, and that's the thing is educate. If I would have known about it sooner, sure it could have been solved or fixed, but I had no idea what it was. You know, I was ignorant on it. So if I can change someone else and educate someone else and save one more life, then I can keep going, and I feel like I accomplished something, and it wasn't a waste.
Well, man, I appreciate you talking to us, and I just hope you have a blessed day today, and just know that there's a lot of love all around you, brother.
And I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys coming out here and doing all this, so thank you.
All right, man, we're out here at Savannah's ride, and Matt, I see you're out here. You're on a Triumph, a really cool bike, but it's not a Harley. Are you allowed to do this ride?
I think so.
You know, it's a common misconception. Everybody thinks, oh, it's just the Harley riders that do these charity rides, and no, it's not. What do we say every week? It's not what you ride, it's that you ride. It's you're riding a motorcycle. Shoot, here, they got three-wheel motorcycles out here. So, I mean, dude, I do. I absolutely love your bike, and I noticed you had a younger passenger on the back that kind of ran away from the camera. So you guys doing this together?
Yeah, she's my 10-year-old daughter, and she's been riding with me since she was 3. So.
Nice.
And she rides her own dirt bike, but
is that right?
Yeah.
That's so cool, man. Because I mean, that's how most of us older people learned how to ride. You know, we didn't have riding classes. We didn't have any of that stuff. You got on a dirt bike, and after you ran into a few trees or ran into a cow, you kind of learned how to start and stop and stay away from the livestock.
Yeah, a number of years ago, Cindy took a dirt bike class.
Yes.
Melanie had taken a class from the same guy.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, she took.
Okay, Biggie, what are you doing out here today?
Doing Savannah's ride.
How did you hear about this ride?
I know her mom and dad.
Give me some more information than that.
Flyers, Facebook.
So it was all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you came out today because it's a nice day today, and it's always good to see you.
Yep, you too.
So do you have any plans after the ride today?
No, just to eat.
All right, well, you go on this ride, have a good time, and then go eat and have a great time,
Okay.
and then enjoy the rest of the day.
Okay, you do the same.
Well, hey, that's going to do it for us this week. Hope you enjoyed the show.
And don't forget to go to stillhorsethunder.com. You can go to the Patreon page or Facebook and check out the page, and thank you all for all that you do.
And remember, it's not what you ride.
It's that you ride.
For a big ride like this, you need a big sponsor. 36 Saloon.
Thunder.com. Check out the Patreon page and
SIMPSON SCANLEY.
Sorry, I was already pulling away. I wasn't expecting the third one. Sorry about that. The boss isn't here. We get to do high dollar stuff. We get to use 2 microphones. We got our own microphone today, Cindy. Isn't this cool?
It's so cool.
We're so cool.
We've never had our own microphones.
We finally made it.